Okay, a little update on the Onagofly. This is an Onagofly ESC out of the dead one. However, after some research, I have discovered, after doing some testing and continuity testing and stuff, that basically this pin here, this black wire to the plug, is your ESC signal. The other three are only LED pins. Basically, the green one is the blue, and the red one, of course, is the red, if I can get a good connection to it, and the purple one is green. Green is blue, red is red, and purple is green. So that's all these three wires are. It signals voltage to the multicolor LED. The black wire is your ESC signal, PWM signal. So basically your signal wire would be connected to the black, and your ground would be connected to the ground here on this capacitor across here, this filter capacitor. And then your motor connections on the back have to be soldered to these three pins here. They're labeled A, B, and C. They're under, you have to take the glue off, but your motor connects to these. So I'm going to try to reassemble the dead Onagofly and rebuild it into a mini RC drone using this CC3D Nano or Atom receiver, flight controller, and then I've got this little 6-channel receiver. But I'm going to try to put it all together back in the case and see if I can make an RC controllable Onagofly knockoff. It's not really a knockoff, it's using the Onagofly parts in the Onagofly case. Once again, I'm in the process of remounting the disassembled motors back into the slots that they came out of. Each little motor has a nice little rubber cushion mount that goes under it. Basically, I'm going to put this all back together manually. Try to get the whole unit put back together, and then attempt to wire it all up to a little off-the-shelf open source flight controller and see if we can get it to fly off of a radio control. Get this little motor mounted back in here. If I can get the little holes lined up here. It's all very small and delicate. I'm going to build my own little battery distribution. I've got a distribution board that I've got one hooked up to it here, but that's a little large. That was just for me to test. I have actually gotten these motors to spin up using that flight controller and the configuration, so hopefully not too far off from actually getting this dead one off the ground using an off-the-shelf open source flight controller, little CC3D Atom flight controller here. Like I said, eventually, let me unplug the cable here. I think I'm going to find a way to mount this inside the case and turn this thing into a little nano RC drone. I'll get it all put back together eventually, and this will all be mounted in here with the original battery. I've got the original battery here. Probably put it back in, wired up the way it originally was, and then hopefully still, once I get everything put back together, we'll see, still have room for the flight controller. Might even find a way to use the original GPS in it. Anyway, that's the project I'm working on. When I get it a little more completed, I'll update y'all on what I'm doing.